Hello everyone, it's Anna from Anna's Paper Creations, and in this video I will show you how you can construct this mini album banner that I showed in the previous video. So I will link to it below if you'd like to see it all. So, see if I can find it here. Here is the page I filmed. So this is the June page. So I can show you real quick here how here is a frame that you also can use as a photo frame, or you can use it as a calendar and hang it up, or you can use it as an album. And also on the top here is a pocket. So I will show you the construction for this banner, and also how to decorate this June page. And here I have a tassel on the bottom, so I hadn't glued that on in the tutorial because I hadn't finished it all up, so I had to see what fits. So yeah, and on the top here I also added one more lace here. So, but the rest here I show how to make. And if you are new to scrapbooking and maybe not have so many tools, this is made without any dies or scoreboard or paper trimmer, so it's will show you just how to construct it with a ruler and a marker. And the papers I'm using for this is Time to Flourish from Graphic 45, and it's a really beautiful paper. And I used most of the 8x8 in this album here, but also some from the 6x6 and 12x12. So then we can get started. So we will start with making the template, and if you don't have any paper trimmer, I will show you how you can construct this with a ruler. So we need a piece of paper that is here I'm just using copy paper for the template. So we need it to be 5x7. So then I take my ruler at the 5-inch mark here. So just take a couple of lines. And take a line over here. And then we need it to be 7 high. So then we can take a couple of lines here as well. So. And take a line over here. So, and then you can just leave this on, but I will just cut it off so you maybe can see it better when I'm taking the other lines here. So now this is 5x7. And then we're going to take a mark in the middle here at 2.5 inch. And here I'm using my Timoltz ruler, so I just line it up with 2.5 on each side and take a mark here. And then we go from side to side here and up to the mark. So, and also on the other side. And then you're going to cut these two off, and then you have the banner template here. And we're also going to have a pocket inside here, and I wanted to go 1.5 inch down from the top, so then you can take a line over here. So I've already cut out, I like to cut this out and then I trace it over on some chipboard. You can use some cereal boxes or yeah, anything you like. So here I've cut it out and I've taken a mark here, you see the same here. So then we can start with folding the papers. And here you see I've taken some repositional glue and I'm using my stick. And I just took it one time and have used it for all, so it sticks many times. So I think that's a great helping here, but you can just also hold your paper like so. Up to this mark here I showed on the template, up to here. So, and then line it up. And here I like to take a bit of a wet cloth, so then you can fold it more easy over. So maybe we can cut it off first here. Forgot that. So about a ½ inch or so from template. So you don't have to be any precise here. So, and I also like to cut off a snip of this end here all the way up to the template and a bit smaller on the sides here. So give you a close-up here. So then we can take the wet cloth, and many have asked where I get these clothes from, and I get it in my food store. Really cheap clothes, but really good to use. So, and then we can start folding this over, like so. And I'm using this wet cloth so I'm sure the paper won't tear. So then we can take this off and just crease these lines a bit. And then I also want a border to go over here, so here I have the stamps, so that we can glue those on. And here you can use score tape or anything you like. I like to use this Scotch quick dry glue, and I have it on this fine tip bottle. And I really love this bottle here, so I will link to the seller below if you like to know where to get it. So then I just take a small amount of glue over and place it in the middle. I'm using the whole strip here from the paper. So then we can fold this over, and again I like to use the wet cloth here. So, and also on the other side. So now this is ready to be glued on. So here I've already finished the back side. So then we can glue this on top here. So then I just take some glue under where we folded it on both sides. So glue all the way down. So then I try to position it like so. Got some glue on the outside here. So and then we need some paper to go on the top here, and then I will use my template again. And I think I will use this paper here, and it's maybe it's from the 12 by 12, I'm not sure, but you can use anything you like. So you don't have this to go all the way down, so I just position it a bit from the top here. So and then I cut off the rest here. So now this should fit inside. So we'll see how it works. Yeah. So then we'll just take a bit of glue here around. Just a tiny bit. So and slide this inside here. So and press it well down. And then we want to frame on the top here. And here I already cut it out. So this is going to go here. But first I want some lace around here. So here I will use my hot glue gun, but you can use liquid glue or anything you like. So I will start on the bottom here. And here I like to use some glue gun helpers. And these I got from the Julebox. and I will link to her store as well below, so you know where to find it. So these are really great, so you don't burn your fingers. I'm using a hot, low temperature glue gun here, but it can burn. So then I just place it a bit in here. So here you also can use this. It's great to have it on a finger. So in the corner I fold this over. Maybe I can zoom in a bit so you can see it better. So I just fold it over, so if you do like so, it will not be nice on the outside. So I go a bit from like so. Some glue down here and press this over, and then I continue doing the same all the way around. So, and then we can just cut off the rest. Some glue strings here. So, and then we can see what backing paper we want to use here. So maybe zoom out a bit again, so I'm sure I will stay in the frame. So, and I have this paper here. So see how that looks. I think that will be great. And here I've went around with a white paint dabber to maybe show you on this as well. So I just went a tiny bit around here. So that I've done around here also, and I also like to use a bit of pan pastel. So this is ultra soft, I'm not sure the color, it's almost white. So just to make it a bit more soft on the colors. So since I'm using a lace, and so I like to have it a bit more soft. So take a bit over here as well. So but remember, these are just suggestions. It's what I like to use. So then we can glue this frame on here. So again, I will use my hot glue gun here. And this frame I cut at 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. And this you can measure the same way with a ruler if you don't have a cutting tool or a paper trimmer. So, and then we can glue this on here, and then I line it up with the back side I've already glued down here. So, and I want this to stay open on the sides, so I can use it for pockets if I like to. So I go a bit from the top here, and should have taken some white here if some is peeking out. And then I take it on the bottom and a bit on the sides here. So try to meet up on the back side. I'll press it down. And yeah, I can maybe snip off a bit more here. And then I have some, yeah, we can maybe wait with those tags. I think I will make a label strip over here to go over here. So I think I will just use some blue paper here. So soften it up a bit first. And this is cut out from the 8x8 paper, so just line it up here and cut around maybe 1/8 of an inch around. So, and then I like to have some paint around just to distress it a bit. So then we can glue this over here using my hot glue gun, and goes fast. So, and again I'm lining it up with the back side here. So, and then I also want a calendar inside here, and this you can find on, if you Google search for calendars, you can find them there. I bought this in Norway, and if you see, it's not a complete white. I can show you here maybe. So what I did, I just took a copy paper. I found a paper that was a bit off-white, and took it in my copy machine, and took a copy paper and ran it through to get this background color, and then I copied this over with that same paper that I printed out. So then you get a bit more off-white color on it, so that we can see what paper I want to go inside here. I think I will use this one. This was from one of the cutter parts. I think it was from the 12 by 12. So just glue this on here. Again, about 1/8 of an inch on the other side here. Don't have to be precise here. Then we can put this inside here. And I also have a flower fussy cutout, and I have a fussy cut tutorial if you are not familiar with it, so I will link to that below. And I'm not sure I will have this glued on, because I'm going to give this away, and maybe the receiver want to use this as a frame for a photo or so, and you can put this on the top, or the front and or the back of, can maybe show you here the album. I left it open, it's not finished yet, but you can stack it in here in the front, on the back side here, so should be room for it. I left it open, so then the receiver can do what I like. So then I will just take some repositional glue, distress it a bit, the white paint tapper first. So then just glue it over. I think I will snip off this tiny bit here. So, and then you can put in some small tags if you like to on the side here, like so. So, but we can leave this, and we can glue it on first on the album. So here I already have glued the other on, and this is seam binding. So I just go maybe about 1 inch in between here. So then we can take just some hot glue gun again here and line this up to the top. So about we need to cover this up, and here you can also punch some holes in the side and tie them together if you like to. So here I have this strip of paper from the 8 by 8, and then I need my template again. So let's see where to cut it. Yeah, I can go all the way to the end, I think. No, I take it here, so I have it the same on the sides. So here you can also use a repositional glue, but I just flip it over and hold it and snip this off. And some more paint around. See this more on the darker paper than on this light. So then I take a good amount of glue here because I want this to build up a bit to give it a bit of dimensional. So line it up here, about so. So just gently press it down. So then we can put in the tags here, the calendar, and so. And here I have cut off from the 8x8 paper, and here again you can take some wet cloth and just fold it because this is too long, or you can snip it off. So this can go inside here. And then I also have a couple more cutouts or cut-apouts from the 8x8 paper. So we'll take them inside here. There are some more small here, maybe I will put a couple more in. And I'm not sure what to use in the bottom here yet, but sort of a tassel, so maybe I will use this, or maybe make some longer, so that you will see in the finished video, or maybe I put it in the beginning of this video. And to cover it up, this is cut out from the 8x8 paper. This comes in a strip of 3, and I backed it on some I think this was from the 6x6 paper. So then I will glue this on here, what I choose to do, and this on top like so. So, and yeah, I will also have some bows in between here. So this I will glue on with my hot glue gun. So I need one. This was a bit too short, so I can maybe show you to make one if you don't have the bow at all. So see if I can stay in frame here. So I can maybe show you a bit here. I go the opposite way to get both this hanging down. So normally you go this way, but I go the opposite way around like so. And take this in with my finger here. Hope it shows up. And tie. So then you get both down. I can maybe show you one more time here. So, and I go around my finger here. So, and take it inside here. So, and then I just hold inside the bows and drag it down. So this was a bit twisted. So. And if you hold your fingers inside, you get a nicer bow. So. Thereabouts. So I just cut it off in angle. And there I wasn't in frame, so. And then we can glue this on the top here. And here I see I have not been in frame. I think I need to zoom out a bit. So sorry for that if it all didn't show up. And we can glue this bows on, and maybe I will have some on the back side as well, so I will see. Just take some hot glue gum here again. And here you can put a pearl inside if you like to. I have some here. So we'll see what I use, or flat back pearls, so yeah. So, and we can glue one on the other side as well. So, and yeah, I also have cut out some butterflies. So, and I have a little bird here. Maybe you can glue this on top here. So maybe I glue some of these on here. If you don't know how to, I made this tassel here from some embroidery thread, and if you don't know how to do it, I can make a tutorial on how you can make some different tassels, maybe some shabby chic and so. So just leave a comment below, so then I will make a tutorial of it. So then I hope this was a bit helpful and that you will give it a try. So thank you so much for watching, everyone, and if you have any questions, please look in the description box. There you will find some information how I answer questions. So take care and have fun creating. Bye bye.